This is the southern tip of Africa, the Cape, a place given form by the natural strength of wind and water. Two great oceans meet here, the Indian and the Atlantic, one warm, the other icy cold. And the power of this meeting stamps the land with its unique character. Our soils are over 1,000 million years old, created by huge tectonic movements and shaped by wind and rains over millennia, creating the most ancient viticultural soils in the world. The Cape's mountains, valley slopes and coastal plains are home to an exceptional natural environment, rich in its biodiversity. The Cape winelands are located in what botanists call the Cape Floral Kingdom. This is the smallest of the 6 plant kingdoms of the world, yet in terms of diversity, it is by far the richest. There are some 9,600 plant species here in the Cape, more than in the entire Northern Hemisphere, and the majority of them are found nowhere else on Earth. Table Mountain alone has more floral species than the entire United Kingdom, and there are places here where more than 25,000 plants can be found in one single square meter of this remarkable Earth. Many of these unique species are truly site-specific, sometimes found only within the boundaries of a single square kilometer. The entire Fynbos kingdom, in its fantastic diversity, is an adaptive response. This huge variety of species has developed slowly over the longest time, making the most of these nutrient-poor soils and subtle microclimates. In South Africa, we do not see the Cape Floral Kingdom as ours alone. It belongs to the world, and we are proud to be the custodians of an environment proclaimed a World Heritage Site. It is no coincidence that the footprint of our winelands is almost identical to the footprint of the Cape Floral Kingdom. The influence of the same climate and soils that nurture the Fynbos is, at the same time, the true foundation of our wines. It is the same unique combination of soil, slopes, sunlight and maritime breezes that results in an intricate weave of microclimates, a geography yielding wines of surprising difference. Add to this a sense of purpose in every quality winemaker to make wines which reflect an individual sense of place, authentic, varied, exciting and distinctive. Take a Sauvignon Blanc, from Elam perhaps, or Elgin, Darling, Robertson, Stellenbosch or Paarl. Each wine reflects a difference of splendid individuality. What is so special about our wines in South Africa is that they are created within the Cape Floral Kingdom. Variety is in our nature. The preservation and the responsibility of this floral kingdom is a duty proudly accepted by our South African wine producers, many of whom have farmed their land for generations. Early Dutch settlers gave the 6th floral kingdom its name. They called it Fynbos, or Fynbush, because of the very small leaves typical of most species. Parts of the vegetation became known as rhinocerveld, because the dark color of the plants in winter was the color of the hides of the rhinoceros that once grazed here. The European settlers learned the value of Fynbos from the ancient Khoisan people, whose deep knowledge of herbs was the result of thousands of years of interaction with their environment. Today's farmers are keen to identify what is rare and special on their farms and to find ways to preserve the Fynbos to secure its future existence. The South African wine industry proactively supports the Biodiversity and Wine Initiative in partnership with conservation bodies. Our conservation ethic is supported by legislation, and fully developed biodiversity guidelines have been written into our rules for the integrated production of wine, our blueprint for sustainable farming and winemaking. Before any new vineyards are planted, producers should now carry out a botanical audit, identifying any endangered or significant species and develop conservation initiatives for their farms. The development of conservancies is fast becoming a feature of the winelands. These protected environments, areas of special interest, will remain undeveloped in perpetuity. Producers such as Vergelegen, Cederberg, Paul Kluwer, Grootepost, Mooiplaas, Delheim, De Grendel and Koopmanskloof lead the way. In the Elgin and Botriver area, producers have set aside 34,000 hectares for a conservancy, and the first ever biodiversity wine route opened here in October 2005. Research is exploring the use of indigenous plants as natural partners in the vineyard cycle. Wild flowers may be suitable as cover crops. Their growth cycle complements that of the vines, growing through winter and spring when protection is needed, dying back when the vines start to shoot. Our vineyards and the wines that come from them are the result of unique skills developed over time, combined with intelligent interaction with nature. Who are we? Our people are as diverse as the land in which we live. As South Africans, we are extraordinary in our origins. We are one nation, but our individual heritage is multifaceted. We are descended from many cultures and nationalities, and together we have a common purpose: to find not just gold at the end of our rainbow, but a wealth of wines which reflect our land, our character, and our imagination. We will grow our grapes in a way that recognizes and protects what is unique in our world, and we will farm with a respect for all our people, in the knowledge that we are guardians of the land and responsible to those generations to follow. We will continue to make our wines as a celebration of our extraordinary natural heritage, unique wines with a distinctive sense of place. Wines that are truly South African.